See the game more clearly with high-definition spectacle lenses from Norville Opticians.
David, obviously the team news is out, and I suppose the two good pieces of news for Gloucester: 2 of the 3 players who are concussed are fit, and you've got 6 of your internationals back.
This has obviously been a disappointing last couple of weeks for us in terms of results. Both games, I suppose, disappointed. We got ourselves in the position to win with a lead against Harlequins, which we threw away. And then last week, I think by half time, we turned around, having played into the teeth of Gale and Rain. And then just one small mistake at the early part of the second half allowed Newcastle to get a bit of a gap. And I think credit to Newcastle, they defended really well and played the conditions probably a little bit better than we did. But now it's a case of us now looking forward. We're obviously missing our 3 English players, but to get back the core of players who've performed well for us at the start of the season and also performed very well for their international teams over the last few weeks, that'll give us a little bit more depth and a little bit more experience, which hopefully this weekend will help us.
I'm sure you'd like the situation where you could carry on winning and playing without those internationals, but it's difficult, and they're internationals for a reason, so great to have them back.
Of course, it's great to have them back, but we knew from the start of the season that one of the challenges is in this competition, which runs right throughout the course of the year, if you want to compete, you've got to have a squad that's able to compete right across the 9-month period of the competition. So again, over the last couple of weeks, we've learned a number of things about our squad players. We know that we struggled to compete when we had, I think, 20 players. We started the second half with 20 players unavailable to us. So, from that point of view, we know we have a lot of work to do. But again, with the age and the profile of the players who were there, that experience will hopefully bode well for the future.
Greg Laidlaw captains the side. I suppose after what he's done with Scotland and just the form that he's continued on, it was a no-brainer, was it?
We talked about captaincy and leadership comes right throughout the course of the team. But when you see how successful Greg has been with Scotland over the course of the last month, we knew when he came in that he was an international quality scrum half. We also knew that he would need a little bit of time to get in, understand the personalities, understand the way that we wanted to play. When you add on the pressure of goal kicking, he's carrying a lot on his shoulders going into this weekend, but he's more than capable of it. He's looking forward to it, and hopefully the form that he has displayed over the last month and before that with Gloucester will again carry us through the next few weeks.
London Irish obviously for Gloucester this weekend, and I suppose we better start with you spent a season at the club, didn't you, a long time ago. I suppose plenty has changed since then.
Oh, it's a very different club, and in every aspect, not just as rugby change over that period of time. I think it's 97, 98. It's a long time ago. The rugby's changing season by season, but they're a great club. They have a long history and a very, very proud tradition. I suppose they're in a little bit of a rebuilding stage, both on and off the pitch with their new facilities and looking to bring in some new players. But they're in a very similar situation to ourselves. They had a couple of good wins early in the season, but they'll be disappointed with the results over the course of the last couple of weeks. And a big weekend for both teams.
Good time to go there and play them.
It'll be a good time if we come away with a win. As I said, it's been a slightly disrupted month for them as for us with players away. It's always a little bit difficult to bring players back out of their international environment, put them straight back into a club environment in terms of how they adapt, relearn the calls, reacquaint themselves with the style of play. But I think they probably have similar numbers away, and it'll be a challenge for us both.